Hey friends, it's Amy Dub, the Keto Queen. I hope you're having a great day. Gosh, what a great day it's been. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this is a pretty awesome hump. Look, I had to look to see if it was Wednesday. It is hump day officially. Actually, it was this morning, but I'm just now realizing today is midweek. And I'm telling you, it was a great day. I had some great conversations with coworkers and great conversations with business leaders. And I just had a wonderful day. I hope the same for you. Guys, as you're jumping on, I'd love to know what you're doing for dinner tonight that's low carb or keto friendly. We're making an awesome dinner and we're going to do it quickly because everything I cook is fast, very few ingredients, and absolutely delicious. I love to make low carb or keto options, and I'm just curious, who loves country fried steak? Like, if you're a country fried steak fan, give me some hearts. If you've tried this recipe before, you already know it's fantastic. And if you're new to my page and you've never tried this, guys, you're in for a treat. I'm super excited for you. I want you to share these videos. If they are helpful to you in any way, make sure you share my videos. And let me go ahead and show you what my side dish is. We're making a country fried steak, but I've got some skillet green beans as my side dish. And they're still over here on a very low heat, just simmering away. Guys, I love a good skillet. Green beans is just a good country side dish. I love green beans. What we did is we took an onion. I took a small onion and I sliced it in small or thin slices. And I put some avocado in my avocado oil, or you can use olive oil, but I put some good healthy oil in my pan. And then we added a fresh bag of green beans. And you can use the fresh green beans that you wash and pick off the ends if you want to. But I just used a fresh pack of green beans from the produce section. So I've got onion. I've got the green beans. I put a top on it with some avocado oil, salt, and pepper. That is it. And we just simmered them. We cooked them on low. I got them on simmer now. We cooked them on a low heat until those green beans start to get soft and those onions start turning brown. Skillet green beans are amazing and so easy. It's one of our favorite side dishes, to be quite honest. But most of the time, I don't do them during the week because it does take a little extra time. So as soon as I got home, I cut up my onions and got those green beans cooking so that I could get some prep work done before you guys jumped on. Hey, how you doing, Maggie? I see Elisa on there. Hey, Julie, Jean. So as you're jumping on, let me know where you're watching from and what you're doing for dinner tonight. I'd love to know what you're doing for dinner tonight that could help all of us eat low carb and keto. So we're making a country fried pork steak. Now, you know what cube steaks look like, right? Does everybody know what a cube steak is? This is a pork cube steak. So when you go to the grocery store, over in the ground beef section or the steak section, there's cubed steak. This is in the pork steak section, and it is a cubed pork steak. I love to make the pork steak better than the beef because I feel like the beef really gets dry and tough much quicker than the pork steaks will. Oh, yes. All right. I'm so excited. I'm going to come back and read all of your questions in a few minutes. So if you have questions, put them in the comments because we're about to get ready to get this done. And I'm going to show you how fast and easy. I'm going to pull up my sleeves here because we're going to get a little dirty. So we're making the country fried pork steaks, not beef. And we're doing it with our pork cutlets. So pork cutlets at the grocery store. Now I've made an egg wash. We're going to make an egg wash so we can get the crust on. And what I'm using for crust, I've got my little crust bowl here. What I'm using for crust is grated Parmesan cheese. And I'm using some paprika and garlic powder. So I used 1 cup of grated Parmesan to 1 tablespoon of garlic powder and 1 tablespoon of paprika. And then I salt and peppered my pork steaks. So the recipe is in this link. It's okay. You're not going to have to remember it all. The recipe's in this link when I finish the live video. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and get our pork steaks, or our pork, fried pork, Lord of mercy, our country fried pork steaks. We're going to go ahead and get them in the air fryer. I'm using my air fryer because I love my air fryer. And the first thing we're going to do is dip our pork cutlet in the egg wash. And then we're going to move it over into the air fryer crust mix. And then I've chosen tonight to double dip. Now, you don't have to. You can just do 1 layer of the crust mix. But if you want a thick country fried steak, then you're going to want to dip it into that egg wash a second time. So egg wash, crust, back to the egg, back to the crust, and then straight to the air fryer. Now, if you want to do this in your oven, I think you can. I just love my air fryer. It makes the most awesome dishes like this. It just really crusts up. If you do it in the oven, it might not be as crusty, or it might not fry up as well as you want it to. So this is what it looks like in the air. Okay, ignore that air fryer basket. Okay, I'm not going to show you that again. I'm a real woman. I live in a real house, so I do not wash that basket every night. All right, so we're going to dip our second one into the egg mix, then into the crust mix, and then double dip. You guys can laugh at that if you want to. Like, I really am a real person. I don't wash my air fryer basket every night, and I guarantee you don't either. Somebody is going to make a comment about how disgusting I am, but I guarantee you if you walk in their house. All right, so we're going to dip into the crust mix. And then we're going to double dip because we want to double dip to make a thicker crust. Now, guess what? You don't have to. You can stop just like that. Have a thin crust for your pork steak, but I'm going to do 2 because I want to do them double crusty tonight. So back to the eggs, back to the crust mix, and then I've got 2 more. And then guess what? For a country fried steak, you got to have gravy, right? If you love a country fried steak, then you know it's got to have gravy. And we're fixing to make the gravy, and guys, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. Ricky, the first time I made it, he was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So I asked him, I was like, actually, I'm going to wait. I'm going to tell you what I asked him later. I want to get it going first. I want you to see what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm putting my pork steak over in my dirty basket. And let me do my last 2. I'm almost done. Now, I salt and peppered the actual cube steak, and I'm using pork instead of beef. You guys can use beef if you want to. I just think the pork is more tender than the cube steak. I don't know about you guys. I love cube steak, but it seems like it always gets tough. Frankie, say there is nothing on that floor. I haven't dropped nothing. I haven't dropped nothing on that floor, girlfriend. All right, I'm double dipping. As you guys jump on, I'd love to know where you're watching from and what you're doing for dinner tonight. That's low carb or keto friendly. It'll help give us some ideas of something we hadn't thought about in a long time, or new ideas, which I always love. All right, I'll put this one in my air fryer, and I'm almost done. All right, this last one is going to fit just perfectly, I think. And I just kind of move this around because you know that egg can make it thick. So if you guys are just jumping on, we're making a country fried pork steak. And I used cube steak in the pork section, so it's a pork steak. And we are making our country fried steak with an egg wash. I used 2 eggs. I forgot to tell you that. I used 2 eggs, and it almost is not enough. And I added a splash of heavy cream. You don't have to. You can just use the eggs. And then we made our crust mix with a cup of Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan, like the canister kind. I didn't have enough egg. Okay, this one's only going to have one dumpling, so I'm not going to get a new egg. Oh, I don't know, though. That's going to disappoint me. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right. So we took our crust mix, which is a cup of grated Parmesan, and we seasoned it with a tablespoon of paprika and a tablespoon of garlic powder. Let me wash my hands, and then we're going to talk about this gravy. He was good today. A little bit, you don't want about time for Daddy? You don't want about that? Cold out there, baby. You took your sweater off? All right, sorry, I had a lot on my fingers there. Okay, I'm going to carefully move all of these things over to the side, and I'll wash that later. Have you guys seen these cutting boards? It's made from Dixie. It's paper cutting boards. Like, you know, I hate to clean. I'm like, these are going to come in handy. So I bought the paper cutting boards. All right, we'll throw that away. No cleaning needed, straight to the garbage. All right, now let's talk about this gravy, guys. Here's my green beans. They're looking fantastic. They're smelling so good. You can salt and pepper them as much as you want to. Ricky's not a big salt fan, so I like a little extra salt than he does. But we just got these over here simmering to keep them hot while we cook up our gravy. Now, the air fryer basket is full. It is ready to go in. Let me show you what they look like before we start. No judging of the basket. So here's my country fried pork steaks. Now we're going to go ahead and put them on 350, and I'm going to cook them for a good 10 minutes. Now, a lot of people ask me, do you flip your food in the air fryer basket? And my answer is no. The only thing I ever flip in there is vegetables occasionally. I never flip my meat because when we take it off the air fryer basket, I use a spatula and we literally just take it off and put it in our plate. So I don't have to flip it. And if you flip, I mean, you can. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you have a crust mix like that and you go to flip it, it's just going to fall off. So I just leave it just like it is. It cooks perfect. So now let's talk about this gravy. Can y'all see that? Oh my gosh. I didn't know that was still on. I'm surprised this thing ain't on fire. Look at that. Look at that. I thought I turned it off. I'm so glad that my camera stand didn't just get melted. All right, let's, whew, that's hot. Okay, so I'm going to carefully add some avocado oil to this pan. Okay, that's good. You'd think it just soaked right in there. I mean, that thing is hot. Okay, you only need a little bit of avocado oil, and it's already hot and ready for me. So what we're going to do is make our gravy for this country fried steak, and we're going to start off with some onion. Now, I cut and minced up about a 1/4 cup of onion. So when you say minced onion, I'm talking about super fine because I don't like thick chunks of onion in a gravy, but this makes the seasoning for this gravy absolutely fantastic. Let me get me a spoon and take that off. That is hot. I don't think I even have to put it over there. I think I can just cook it right here. All right, so we're going to add the minced onion, about a 1/4 cup. You can add more if you want to, but about a 1/4 cup of minced onion. I mean, that is so hot. I've got it on nothing. It's just hot oil. And then I've got some garlic. Now, you can use garlic powder in the end if you prefer, but I've got some fresh garlic. We'll get my little garlic press out. Oh, I need to wash that. All right, so I got my garlic press. We're going to let this onion cook. Oh, okay, now it's cooling on some. All right, I'm gonna let that onion cook for just a second, but then we're gonna add some fresh garlic. Now you can use as much or as little as you want to. I just have 2 little cloves. You can use garlic powder if you prefer, but the seasoning is very minimal in this gravy, and it is fantastic, guys. Trust me, you're going to love it. And when I first fixed this for the very first time for Ricky, he was like, man, this is good. And I'm like, awesome. Can I ask you a question? And he said, yeah. I said, does it taste like cream cheese? And he said, cream cheese? It's got cream cheese in it? And I'm like, success. Because I love cream cheese, but I don't want my food to actually taste like cream cheese, and that is the primary ingredient for this gravy. So we've got a 1/4 cup of minced onion, which means super fine. If you want hunks of onion, you go for it. I'm going to now add my fresh garlic, and we're going to let that garlic cook just a couple of seconds, maybe 60 seconds or less. We just want to smell that good garlic, and this is so hot, it's starting to burn my onion. All right, okay, now we're gonna add some cream cheese. I've got 4 ounces of cream cheese, and I'm gonna cut it into small bites. That way it'll melt faster, and as it melts, we're gonna add our last ingredient, which is beef broth. So trust me, guys, I'm telling you, I wouldn't share this with you if it's not delicious. It is fantastic. And if you love country fried steak and gravy, you want to go ahead and share this video right now so you can go back to your page later and find it again. The recipe is going to be in this link as soon as I finish the live video, and we're almost done.
You ever find out who the first one was again?
No, I can't say that because they might not want to have some people like privacy. But I'm going to try to look them up. Okay, so somebody come by my office today to visit, and I wasn't there. And I was so sad when I got back. They told me that someone came into the office for a service today and asked if I worked there. And I was like, oh, I hate I missed them. So that's always fun to get to visit people from the page at my office at work. All right, so we've got, look, this does not look appetizing right now. Trust me, trust, delicious. So we're just going to let this melt. And it's not going to turn to water. You know, heavy cream just gets really thin and creates it'll create a sauce if you just let it cook forever. But we're just going to let it thicken. We're going to let it melt, and as it gets super soft, we're going to start adding some beef broth. Now the beef broth, I'm going to use a 1/2 cup. Oh yeah, see how it gets really super soft? You can just move it around. You can stir it around. It turns into just a really thin gravy. If you do it just like this, we're not going to do that. We're going to add some beef broth. So I'm going to use a 1/2 cup. I can get it off. Well, my top just broke all ago. Come on. It's cooking over here. All right, we're going to do a 1/2 cup of beef broth. Yes, and we can add more if we need it, okay? If we need it, we can add more. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Now, again, this does not look appetizing yet. Look at it. It looks like dirty water. Trust. Let it start to simmer together because you just let that cream cheese start to get softened. Let me try to turn this down so you can see. There we go. We just let this cream cheese start to get soft when it's simmered. with the onion and the garlic. Now we just added the beef broth, and you'll see we're just stirring it as it continues to get soft and it starts to simmer together. Now we know that sometimes gravies can thicken up. Like if you put heavy cream in this, it's going to thicken up, but we don't want heavy cream. This is a very simple gravy, very few ingredients. I'm going to go over it again for you guys, but I just want you to trust me that it's going to turn out to be a beautiful, beautiful gravy for your country fried pork steak. So guys, if this sounds good, again, share this video. Give me some hearts if you're learning anything today. I love gravies, and I know that we can do them in a healthier way without all the flour. And yes, there's fat in here. I'm not afraid of fat. I have lost tons of fat, and I've maintained the fat loss by eating fat. It's all about what makes sense to you. If people are teaching you things that don't make sense, like eating a pound of bacon a day, that does not make sense. But to cook your healthy meals with healthy fats makes sense, because healthy fats help you with satiety, which means fullness. So you get fuller faster when you're eating healthy fats. Healthy fats usually are things that are not fake, like real butter versus a margarine. There's a lot of things in margarine that does not come in butter. So healthy fats make sense as long as what you're doing makes sense. So look at this. I mean, it's starting to look really pretty. It's a really pretty color. Not done yet. It's a white gravy. It's not a brown gravy. And then I always like to season my gravies with salt and pepper. I mean, I want my gravy to have some pepper in it. So I'm adding some pepper. I'm adding a little bit of salt. And it's starting to thicken up. Can you guys see that? As it simmers, it's going to thicken up, just like any gravy. So if it gets too thick, hey, little bit. He's not even outside. He's in the laundry room. So if it gets too thick, all you have to do is put a little splash of the beef broth back in there. Just a splash, and then you can let it simmer if you put too much, but just splash, like maybe a couple of teaspoons at a time, because it's not going to take much to thin it out. And we're just going to let this simmer until our pork steaks are done. And they are looking fantastic already, so they're almost done. Talk about fast meals. I've got my green beans cooking the whole time as I'm prepping my pork steak. My pork steak's in the air fryer as I'm making my gravy. Fast, delicious dinner. So let me look and see if you guys have questions. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I think if you could talk about yourself, you're good. Like, nobody needs to talk about you. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, if you're new to my page, I'm from the South. I'm in Jackson, Tennessee, between Memphis and Nashville. I'm a country girl. I like to talk. If you're following my page, I'm going to be talking and talking and talking. You don't have to send me messages saying, my gosh, you talk too much. I already know. But it's all from the heart. It's all good stuff. I'm just trying to help you. I also do live videos, so this is live. If my husband comes by and poots behind me, you're going to hear it. Like, I can't edit a live video. And with that said, most meals I cook are not going to be done when we're finished talking. So sometimes it goes in the oven for 30 minutes. I can't edit and make sure that to pull out a beautiful plate at the end for you to see. So with my live videos, I always post a plated dinner at the end of the meal. So when we're finished eating it, I will actually have a picture of that plated meal on my page for you with the recipe again. So the recipe is in this post as soon as I hit the finish button on this live video. And then you'll see the recipe again later tonight when I post the plated dinner. I also love to share my favorites. So periodically throughout the week, I may post pictures of dinners that I absolutely enjoy and love. That way, just in case you missed it, you caught it again. So I love this page. I've been doing it for 5 years. I love helping people. And I do not clean my air fryer basket every day, as you guys can see. All right, now this is looking so good. I'm going to stop really quick talking just to see if you guys have any questions for me, because the pork steaks are almost done. And when they come out, I want you to at least see what they look like before I put it on my plate. So let me just scroll up really quick to see if you guys have questions for me. Now, I've got some scheduled calls tonight. Ricky's supposed to get some ice.
You want some water?
Please. I've got some scheduled calls tonight, so me and Ricky are going to stop this so we can have some good conversation before my calls start. All right, let's see. Hey, Lori, how are you? Okay, so Lori says, we had your recipe for shrimp and side dish asparagus with the mozzarella cheese. Ooh, girl, I know that is delicious. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Ooh, Steve had beef vegetable soup. That sounds amazing. Deborah had taco salad. You can never go wrong with taco salad. I have not used my new air fryer yet, Alicia. So this is the plan. Ricky bought me a new air fryer for Christmas. But we have to take this one off the counter and take it up to the clubhouse. And then my new one, Ricky says, is going to stay here. So I've got to unpack it, and I've got to clean this one out really good so Ricky can travel with it up to the clubhouse. That is the idea. So I will keep you guys posted. Do what?
That's the idea of the goal.
That's the goal. The goal is to get it moved.
It's already an idea.
Let's see. Do you wash your basket after? That's so funny. Judy just asked me. Now, Judy means no harm because I know Judy. And she's just asking me if I clean it before I said anything, before I talked about myself. Remember, I do not clean my air fryer after every usage. When it gets dirty, I clean it. And I actually have a tool. Let me show you. If you go to the camping section at your local camping store or like Academy, this is where I got mine at Academy, Walmart, the camping section. Like this is a little bitty grill thing, and this is what I use. Like I just scrape it out and then empty it out. And sometimes I wash it with soap and water. But my air fryer, it really takes a long time to get dirty, and then it gets dirty, and Ricky's like, it's time. So I do not wash it every single time. Ooh, Italian sausage and cabbage. I hope you loved it, Debbie.
Oh, Lord.
Ricky's tired of my sausage, she said.
90 ways.
Chicken strips and Brussels sprouts in the air fryer. That sounds delicious, Sandra. Oh, Emily washes hers out every time. I love it. I love it. See, Ricky generally helps me clean in the kitchen, but here lately, when he's hunting, he's tired. So when he comes home, he has not been the best at cleaning the kitchen for me, and I hate to clean. Where'd you buy your olive oil bottle? I got that at Bed Bath & Beyond. You guys are going to love this recipe. I see everybody say that they can't wait to try. It's so delicious. Okay. Look, I'm not paying attention, and look how thick this has gotten. It is just about perfect. I'm going to keep on letting it simmer. My pork steaks just went off in the air fryer. I'm supposed to check them out and see if they need to be cooked a few more minutes. Oh, yes, Linda, you can totally add a splash of Worcestershire to that. Oh, yeah, that'd be really good. Mary, my current air fryer is the TOA 60. They don't make that one anymore. So Ricky bought me the TOA 70. Do you ever fix two sides? I don't. Brenda, I make it just super simple. There's just two of us that live here. I fix a protein and a veggie. Protein and a veggie. Protein and a veggie. The only time I ever offer two side dishes is if I have company or I'm cooking for more than just the two of us. And even then, sometimes I'll just make extra of the same side dish. I just personally don't like to cook more than what we're going to eat because I do not like to waste food at all. Like that's a big pet peeve of mine. And Ricky is a big stickler on eating leftovers. So I'm usually the only one that eats leftovers. So I try not to cook a whole lot of extra food because I just cannot stomach throwing food away. What brand did he buy? He bought the Cuisinart TOA 70 this time. Let's see. My dad, thank you for asking, Melissa. He's feeling really good. He actually went hunting today. He went hunting today, and he's going to hunt with my husband, I think, this weekend. Right, Ricky?
I don't know, depends on the cold.
I think it depends on the cold weather because it's supposed to be super cold here, like not below zero, but really, really cold for our area this weekend. So I hope he gets to stay and hunt a little bit with Ricky. Thank you, Patricia. I got this at Buckle, one of my favorite stores. Paula said that her husband was shocked, Ricky, that he liked the gravy. Oh, I got to the bottom. All right, you guys are awesome. Okay, so let's check this out. I've got my gravy. It is looking, look, it's actually bubbling up. It's cooking, it's simmering. It's getting thicker. I like a little thick gravy, and I don't want it to be watery. So we're just letting it simmer. I knew it wasn't done, so I'm letting it, look. See the difference? Like, keep on letting it simmer to get to the thickness that you like. If you want it thicker, you can always start off with a half a cup of the beef broth. But I knew I wanted to talk to you guys, so I let it simmer for a little longer. The one I have now is a Cuisinart TOA 60. The one Ricky bought me is a Cuisinart TOA 70. Now check out these country fried pork steaks, guys. Like, this is awesome. I'm so excited to show you. They're going to be so delicious. Here we go. I mean, is that not scrumptious looking? I mean, it looks like a regular country fried steak, does it not? Other than it's pork steak instead of beef cube, I used pork steak. Not keto related. Do you work when your kids were little? Yes, Felicia, I did. I had to work when my kids were little. Oh, Are y'all there? I lost you for a second. Yes, I had to work when my kids were little. Yeah, I mean, we had to work hard when my kids were little. So I worked full-time. Ricky worked full-time. And then I also had different times in my life where I had some different trials that we've gone through in our life, because life is life. And I actually left work to go take care of my granddad, who had severe dementia. And I stayed with my granddad and kept my kids there to take care of him until we just couldn't anymore. Let's see. Where did you get that basket? This basket I bought from Amazon. I just searched for a Cuisinart non-stick air fryer basket because I like this one much better than the one that comes with it. I bought a new one hoping that it'll fit my TOA 70. We will see what temp and how long. I use 350 temperature on my air fryer most every single time. And I just did 10 minutes for those thin pork steaks. What kind of work did you do? I've always been in the medical field. So, I mean, other than when I was a teenager in high school, I had 3 jobs in high school. I've always been in the medical field. So I started as a nursing assistant because I wanted to be a nurse. And then I moved on to administration because I knew that my heart could not take that. I just could not take seeing people hurt and die. I just couldn't do it. So I switched over to administration. So then I went into administrative roles in the medical field. I was also a medical coder, so I've done like the medical coding, like when somebody goes into surgery, like any doctor's office has to have codes to bill insurance. So I was a medical coder for a little while, and I've just been in management and administration of medical forever, a long time. And then currently we have our own occupational health clinic. So my mom and I, along with my kids, we pretty much run that clinic. My mom's the president, I'm the vice president. My kids have great jobs, and my husband works there with us, and we have 28 total family members there. As far as Lisa's a medical coder. That's cool. I did so Lisa, you know the lingo. So like I did gosh, it's been so long ago, Lisa. I did interventionalist, radiology intervention. And then I did trauma and medical surgery, and then I did the boring, practice, the boring primary care. All right. Do you know what the air fryer 70 costs? I don't know. Ricky, how much do you buy that air fryer for, baby? He don't remember. He buys Christmas way before Christmas. He gets so excited. So now this has gotten too. He bought off Amazon. Okay, so now this gravy is super thick. I think it's perfect for a country fried steak. If you want it a little thinner, this is where you add a teaspoon of beef broth back to it to thin it out. Now, the longer it sits here, the thicker it's going to get. So you can always thin it out with a teaspoon at a time. Patient OT and speech and mental health. That's so cool. Well, Lisa, we got something even more in common. All right, guys. Yeah, single mom with three jobs. I totally get it. You do what you got to do for your family, right? Kimberly's also a medical coder and biller. Well, I might need to hire you guys to work at my clinic because I ain't got time to do it anymore. All right, so I'm going to jump off here. We're going to make our plate. We're going to sit down and have some dinner conversation, and I'm here to help you guys. You will see the plated meal later. If you need anything, just reach out to me. I'm super excited about 2024, super excited about helping all of you guys to better health. I love to hear from you. So if you have a success story that you would love to share with me, I don't have to tell everybody else, but I would love to share it and give other people encouragement. I've been doing this for 5 years, so when I talk about it, people are like, oh, yeah, but I can't do what she did. Yes, you can. I met somebody came to my office today, and they told my coworker that they've been watching my page for, I think she said a couple of years, and she moved from 230 pounds to 130. So, I mean, how amazing is that, right? So, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And that's how I see it. So, I'm excited to help you guys. I will talk to all of you later. I hope you have a fantastic night. And bye.